Hey everyone, it's Mojaxx, not in the DJcity UK lab today. I am in Lyon in France. I've come to visit Fong Fong to take a look at the SliderKut. Now, this is something that got a big reaction on the DJcity blog recently, and I just had to come and check it out in person. Basically, it is a linear scratch tool. The idea originally was to be a bit like a guitar, so you'd have it in front of you, you'd have the fader at the bottom, but Fong Fong was trying that out and it didn't really feel natural. So he's moved it onto a horizontal surface, and then the SliderKut as it is now was born. Basically, it sends your DVS control signal, whether that's Serato DJ, Tractor, Mix Vibes, Virtual DJ, whatever it is you use, out to your interface or your mixer, and you just use it like a turntable. It's the same kind of motion, that back and forth. You haven't got the rotational aspect, but the back and forth all just kind of works as it does on a normal turntable. Now, with the original one being designed to be used like a guitar, it's kind of long, it's really over the top. But now the more recent versions, this is another prototype, much shorter, much more compact, so you can easily throw this into a bag and use it at your gigs and actually take it out with you. Built of stainless steel and aluminium, and it still retains that really smooth sliding motion. So we're going to take a look at how this thing works, get an idea of what it's all about. Let's get to it. So let's get up close and personal with the SliderKut then. Obviously this is the first prototype. This is a load of stuff bolted together. This is not going to reflect a final shipping product, but the technology is there and it really does work, like really well. And I was really surprised at how natural the movement actually feels. You don't have the full rotational movement that you do with a turntable, but you do have something that feels a lot like using a turntable. And if you're comfortable on turntables, you'll be comfortable on this straight away. Now, one big difference, of course, is that this doesn't have any momentum. It doesn't have a motor. So you are controlling the momentum of it by your own movements. And it's like scratching with a motor off. Now, of course, you can tilt it up, maybe away from you slightly, and it gives it a little bit more momentum. You could tilt it up a lot, and then it was almost going to slide down on its own. And one thing that I've sort of immediately thought of playing with this is you could actually tilt it up towards you, so you're kind of pushing uphill. You're actually working against the resistance, the natural gravity, and that could be a really good training aid if you're trying to build up your record hand control, you know, your actual agility and the strength in your record hand. Then pushing this thing uphill is going to be a really good way of doing that. Technology-wise, it's very, very simple. Effectively, it's using magnetic technology, kind of like a cassette tape, basically. So the actual control tone for your DVS is on this magnetic tape, and the head that's reading that is in the slider itself, and it's just going along the tape. And they're working on various different ways to kind of improve that as it goes on, but even in this really basic form, it just works, and you don't get any key point drift or anything. And it is just so much like using a turntable. It's really, really quite surreal. Obviously this is running in relative mode, so you can jump around your different cue points. And one thing that I said to Fong Fong is I'd really like to see some kind of markings on the actual SliderKut itself to give you those cue points to just move to in relative mode. So I want to always start from this point. I want my cue point marker visible right across the SliderKut. So I know when I cross that line, that's cue point number 1 that I'm hitting. But it doesn't need to be this long. Certainly the shorter version is going to work perfectly well for most people because you can just have the full R and a fresh on that length of the shorter one. You don't need all this extra length on here. But yeah, for such a new product and for something that's so different, it's just remarkably good how well this thing works. It really, really is. So there you go, a good close look at the SliderKut. Ultimately, this is the kind of project which I'm all about getting behind here at DJcity. It is from a small company, it is new, it is innovative, it is exciting, and it is well within that creative DJing space. Not everything has to be about turntablism, but there's always got to be new ways to express your creativity through music, and this is a new way to do that. So yeah, really excited by this. Make sure you keep up to date with the project to see what's going on. I'm hoping that we'll have a full final shipping product quite soon, in which case we'll get one over to the UK and I will get it reviewed over there. But yeah, in the meantime, keep your eyes on it. Thank you to Fong Fong and all the crew for having me out here in France, and make sure you're subscribed for all our future tips, tricks and product reviews. I'll see you soon.